Hey everybody, it's James over here at Living for Crits, and I wanted to touch base with you all on a Friday. So that's kind of weird, right? For something new and different that we're going to try here on the Living for Crits channel. And it kind of, is connected to something we like to do in the house, which is watch daily vloggers on YouTube. During the pandemic especially, and even before the pandemic and now, like every day what we watch, on TV is usually YouTube, and we especially like to watch travel vloggers. Tim Tracker is one that we really enjoy as well. My wife likes Cash Jordan, who does like New York real estate vlogging. So neither are gaming related, but we really like to kind of have that view into other folks' lives. So I've been thinking about ways that I could maybe put together some kind of daily content. And I gave myself a bit of a challenge that for the next 30 days, I'm going to try to do something somewhat organized, at least to start, with a regular cadence of daily uploads over here on YouTube. It's I know that the vloggers have the sticks and they're out and they're walking around town and stuff. I don't have that kind of setup here, although I might tinker with something like that, especially if I want to show off things that are in the room here. But who knows? We'll see where things go, if this is of interest to anyone besides myself in doing it. I mean, let's be honest, most of the videos that I do, it's, there's not a lot of you out there watching me, but those that do watch, I really appreciate it, and you're awesome people, especially since you comment and stuff, and we interact. And I'm really glad we got to meet at like conventions and things like that. But especially with conventions and everything still not being fully ramped up yet, this gives me another way to connect with you all, which I do miss. I do miss blogging sometimes. I don't have the time I used to have to put together like the full blogs, which used to take a long time for me to concoct and write, even if most of those were just, adventure and session recaps. But this, I think, could give me a chance to have that more regular communication with those of you in the gaming world, and maybe I can touch on some things that are, unique. Uh, Maybe. Again, I don't know how many daily gaming, like tabletop role-playing game or geek vloggers there are out there. I say geek because I kind of want to go back to what I wanted Living for Crits to be when I first started thinking up the channel with Jen and the kids in 2015, which was discuss a bit more of geek life. Like, what does it mean to be someone in our hobby, to be someone who's a bit of a nerd, and in a family like that, what does that look like? And I'm not going to be putting the entire family on display like daily, like behind the scenes. If you want to watch us cooking, this is not, I don't think this is going to be that channel for you. But I do have like several topics I'd like to discuss on a regular basis, and at least for the next 30 days, we're going to try it. So I have an organized like setup here, and this is how it's going to look. So on Sundays, I want to do like Shelfie Sunday, which will be kind of like a review night where I'm going to go towards to my giant awesome gaming catalog back here of crap I've collected over like what 30 years of gaming, and I'm going to pick something out and I'm going to talk about it. Probably things I like. I don't like to do negative reviews. I think you all know that, but it'll be, some of the things that I've collected, and or maybe new things I've picked up, just something I've picked up that I want to talk about and share with you all. On Mondays, I would like to cover mental health. I think I've been pretty open with everyone that I talk with and online that, I've had my own struggles with social anxiety and depression and different phobias. And some of them can be debilitating when it comes to our shared hobby. So with that said, I've done one video on this really, and I've touched on it in some of the weekly shows with me and Evie. But I want to kind of go dip into it more regularly. I think if if I do this over 30 days, I'll have to do it 4 times, right? 4 or 5 times. And I could easily come up with 4 or 5 short shows or streams or videos, right? To talk about different aspects of mental health. Again, not a mental health professional, but I dealt with these issues long enough. I think I can talk about them. Uh, on Tuesdays, I think that's when I'm going to dip into Twitter. I have it listed as Twitter Tuesday right now, but that's when I thought I would take a moment to dip into what's going on in social media right now, which is probably a hot mess at the moment still. It always is in the gaming universe. Maybe not. I don't want to be too controversial on anything. Not that I'm going to shy away from controversy, but I don't want to cause, like, I'm not here to cause edition wars or things like that. I don't want to like upset people, on one side of whether or not they think fourth edition was a great game. I do, or folks that hate 4E or something like that. I do want to talk about what's going on in the hobby space though that I've seen online, and some of that may also be from my bubble that I have. I do have a bit of a bubble in Discord, my own little server over there with actually several many of you who watch hang out over there occasionally, and we have fun. Like tonight's topic we were talking about at length was horror, and what kind of horror people like, and social contracts and X cards and things like that. I think those are totally great topics to bring up more often, not less. So that's something on Tuesdays that we would cover, or I would cover. Maybe I can see Evie coming down for this. I do want to stop and say that nothing's happening to the Sunday stream. That's going to continue with me and Evie. This is more or less just me having another outlet to talk about gaming. Wednesdays, I'd like to dip into the geek life topic that I kind of wanted to do originally with the channel, which is going to be talking about just everyday living and being surrounded by cool things, and whether it's music or art, or travel or scents. Me and Jen really like certain smells that be around the house, certain scents. So we have like wax melts we really enjoy. I think that's gonna be the night that we're gonna talk about that. I'm surrounded by art in this room and in our house. So I think Wednesday will be the night that I have the iPhone out and we'll travel around the house and not just showcase some of the art that we've collected, but really celebrate the artists who've done it, because we binge on Etsy, and so these artists are totally people you can go find and get their work, and maybe music. We'll discuss music on Wednesdays. I don't think we're going to see karaoke yet on Wednesday nights, but you never know. That could be something we did. On Thursdays, I thought that'd be a fun night to do a book club stream where if you don't know, I read at least one book a week. So this would be my me sharing with you some of what I'm reading, and whether it's something I recommend or not. Like right now, I'm reading through all of the ElfQuest graphic novels. I had like capped out at Shards, not even finishing Shards back years ago when I was reading ElfQuest in college, and now I've been going through the big stack of ElfQuest and really enjoyed that. So I'll talk about that on Thursdays. Friday's gonna be like an open catch-all, and kind of like today's introduction, just what do I have to talk about that's in the top of my head. That'll be Fridays, or if we get some cool comments in the comment section that aren't like people being jerks, maybe I'll bring those out and I'll like answer questions or things like that on Fridays. I'm debating whether Friday might be a stream, very similar on Twitch, very similar to what I do with Evie on Sundays. We'll see. Again, I'm doing this for 30 days to test it out. So if that's what we change to, that's fine. I mean, I don't think that any of this is set in stone, but I do like to be organized. I think anyone who knows me well enough knows that I like to have everything organized. I already have this whole plotted out in an Excel tracker for the next 30 days, so it's already in there. And then on Saturdays, that's going to be a day I talk about campaigning. So either what's going on in my games right now, maybe some funny stories of what's happened in my games, or I'll talk about rules and how certain rules are working out. Tomorrow, I'm going to be discussing how 5th edition crap is showing up here again. So I don't know how that happened. What's going on? Why is 5e here again? Well, I'll talk about that tomorrow a little bit, because we're definitely going to hear about it on Sunday when Evie talks about the fact that there's some 5e here, because I'm actually the culprit, and Evie's playing the grognard here in the fact that she wants to know why it's showing up, and I don't know what to say. I'll say it on Sunday with Evie yelling at me. All of these videos are going to be between like 8 and 12 minutes. That's the goal. I'm not going to like throw these giant, long, drawn out reviews on here. This isn't my Lankmar review or Purple Planet review. This is going to be something short and concise and just a way for me to touch on some of my favorite aspects of the hobby. Because really, for me, I don't stop thinking about gaming after I leave the table or leave the camera. Like for me, and I think even my whole family, it does envelop a lot of our lives, and I think it does for many of you as well. So this will give you kind of that sense of, and we're a fully functioning family, and we're fully functioning adults with jobs and all that stuff. I mean, Jen has a job in the gaming world, which is pretty damn cool, since she works for a game company. But even though I don't work for a game company, I do believe that what I do here at the gaming here at the gaming table, there at the gaming table, I think does carry over. I'm a better manager because I'm a good dungeon master, game master, judge. I'm a better speaker, I think, for presentations because of the same reasons. I still think that I'm a good project manager because of Civilization and Master of Orion. I think, fight me if you don't agree that those games teach those type of management skills, right? So we're gonna try this for 30 days. We're gonna see how it goes. If it continues longer, that's cool. And I might have to change things around for vacation or travel. And maybe if it catches on, we'll still keep videoing while we're doing that. I'm looking into Jen is looking into some of the means that our favorite vloggers how they vlog, and who knows, maybe I'll edit and I'll put together like good lighting and stuff, something that I've never been good at or never tried doing. So, but again, if you like the Living for Crit show on Sunday, it's not going away. Me and Judge Eve will be back this Sunday. She'll be yelling at me about 5e, and that's fine. And that's the plan. So I hope it sounds like something you're interested in. And if it is, it's great. And if it's not, don't watch it. Just skip that one and go right to what we do on Twitch, or skip all of it because I'm long-winded and I have hair like a dark-haired Doc Brown and I look kind of crazy, which is fine too. So that's it. I'll be back tomorrow and I'll be talking about why I'm returning to 5th edition and what kind of ramifications does that have in my life, right? So have a great night and I will see you then.